It's a balmy 70 degrees this morning. Stripped the bike down a little bit, got a little bit lighter. Took the pack off the front because I don't really need it. We're on our way. So let's talk a little bit about these things. Headphones. There's a bit of a debate raging out there about bicyclists or cyclists who wear headphones. The arguments are plentiful. Some say that wearing headphones doesn't allow you to hear people calling out, cars honking, traffic coming, all those things. And then there are others who say that it doesn't really make a difference. That if a car is going to hit you, not having those in isn't probably going to save you anyway, and you're not going to be able to avoid things probably anyway. And there are pros and cons to both. I've heard both sides of the argument. It reminds me of sailors who are talking about, should you be clipped in, or what kind of anchor do you use? Car people will talk about what are the best tires. Bikers aren't much different actually. But for me, I do wear headphones when I bike because I kind of fall into the camp that I figure it's probably not going to make much of a difference if someone's going to hit me with a car. Those things are usually not predictable. I'm not saying that you can't sometimes avoid a collision, but I'm not sure that headphones are going to make that much of a difference. I like to use it for several things. Music, podcasts, things like that are obvious ones, but also if you use an app that tracks your distance, it gives you call outs for how far you've ridden. And if you are biking in areas that are unknown, and oftentimes my buddy and I go to cities or towns that we don't know at all, sometimes you're using navigation. So there are multiple reasons to consider having headphones in. I'd say do what you want. So these guys are working on this building at the University of Missouri today. It's a Saturday. Up on all this scaffolding. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but it's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm having a snack, taking a break. I have no idea how far I've ridden, but having a good time. The weather's beautiful. I've cut back on my coffee consumption. We can get into that later, but I can't lie, I miss it. I did have a cup of coffee this morning, but I was drinking a lot of coffee, so my body's a little bit rejecting me. By the way, anyone out there who has any questions, I would love for people to ask some questions. I'd be happy to answer questions. It's kind of fun to have more interaction and just talk about how I do things, how you do things, all that stuff. So please feel free to leave a question. This is VEDA Day 3. Man, what a gorgeous day. By the way, I'm still using my quad lock quick release system that I made for the GoPro. I'm really happy with it still. There may be something better out there now, I don't know, but this still works really well. Schwabe Lane. How appropriate. This is kind of the backside of Cosmo Park. We're gonna go through Cosmo Park, go down Bear Creek Trail. That's where Bear Creek Trail kind of ends or starts, depending on how you look at it. This is Cosmo Park. You've probably seen me ride here before. Pretty nice place, really. They've got a nice paved path that goes around the park you can bike on. Lots of soccer fields and baseball, t-ball, a really cool skate park back here. And they play some youth football here as well. A lot of community events, family events, show me state games, all kinds of stuff. So it's a really nice park, honestly. Some people don't know, this was the original location for the Columbia Airport. And then they moved it because it was so close to town. So pretty neat history. This is a skate park. This is the entrance to Bear Creek Trail. And just like that, we're back to the neighborhood. So that was 15 miles, about an hour and 45 minutes. A little stop and go, things like that, not bad for getting back into it. 15 miles is a good step up from the 9 or so I did the other day, although it took me a while to get warmed up, the legs loosened up a little bit. But it's feeling better. I think it's a good start, so get out there and do some riding today. Thanks for following along. See you again soon.